Okay, so again, there's probably going to be a couple questions on the exam like this, so let's go over the delineation between all these different types of costs. Right? You got product costs, period costs, gross margin, contribution margin, etc. Again, as long as you get the gist of it, you're okay, but let's quickly recall these piece by piece. So I'm going to use this information for a bunch of questions, but it says here, the Huge S Company has gathered the following information for the year end December 31st. Okay, so you have sales, direct material, direct labor, so on and so forth. Now, while we're here, let's remind ourselves of some very important stuff. Okay, some very important stuff. Direct materials. Fixed cost or variable cost? Good. It's type of variable cost, right? You have more shit to make, you have to use more materials, okay? Similarly, direct labor, fixed cost or variable cost? Good. It's also a variable cost, okay? And now, of course, it goes on to label different types of factory overheads as well as selling administrative expenses, etc., and it breaks them off in fixed and variable sort of like components, okay? So this first question says, what is their contribution margin? All right, guys, what's the formula? How do you get contribution margin? Contribution margin is sales minus what? Good. Variable cost, okay? Sales minus variable cost. Which variable costs? Fucking all of them, okay? So we're going to take the sales, right? The sales, which are 100, I'm going to go over here. It's going to be a lot of stuff. We're going to take $104,000, okay? Minus what variable cost? We'll go through them, go top to bottom, okay? Direct materials, we have $25,800. Minus direct labor, we have $15,200. Okay? Minus, keep on going down. I'm going to completely skip the fixed cost stuff. Okay? Fixed cost stuff. I'm going to go to variable costs. Okay? Variable costs, we got factory overhead. Okay? Which is $6,600. Okay? Minus, happens to have other variable expenses that amount to $8,800. Minus, we have the last administrative, which are still variable, of $4,600. Okay, so if we take 104,000 minus 25,800 minus 15,200 minus 6,600 minus 8,800 minus 4,600, we get $43,000. Okay, so you have to be able to differentiate between contribution margin and what we're going to do in a little bit, which is known as gross margin. All right, contribution margin versus gross margin. Those things are different. All right, contribution margin, you have to know the formula. It's sales minus just variable costs. Which variable cost? The answer is all of them. Okay, that's different, however, than something known as gross margin. What is gross margin? Okay, well, gross margin, we say, okay, you can get the gross margin, gross margin by doing sales minus what? Good, COGS, right? Cost of goods sold. Okay, sales minus cost of goods sold. All right, so how do you get cost of goods sold? This is anything which is non-what, guys? Good. Anything which is not SAG, anything which is not selling, administrative, and general, okay? So again, we're going to start still at the tippy top. We're going to start at, you guessed it, $104,000, right? I'm going to write a little small here, $104,000 minus all non-SAG costs. What do we got there? Well, direct materials is $25,800 minus direct labor. Is that SAG? Shit, no. So take it out. $15,200 minus, let's see, factory overhead. Well, it's not SAG. I don't care if it's fixed or variable. I'm going to take out $12,800. Okay, minus what else? Do we take that selling expense or administrative expense out? No, we don't, because those are called SAG, selling, administrative, and general. Okay, like, you know, think about like a secretary or a lawyer or the CEO. Those are all SAG costs, as we talked about in earlier reviews. Okay, so $12,800 is what we take out still. Minus, keep going down. Do we take out the factory overhead of $6,600? You betcha. Okay, now do we take out any of those other variable selling administrative expenses? The answer still is what? No. Okay, we only take out any cost of goods sold, which is all non-SAG. Okay, all non-SAG. And lo and behold, this should give you $43,600. All right? So, quick recap. Contribution margin, sales minus what? Variable costs. How do you get the gross margin? Sales minus cost of goods sold. Okay, cost of goods sold is anything that's not SAG. If it ain't SAG, it goes into COGS, whether it's fixed or variable. Do you guys get that? So make sure sometimes you ignore or focus on certain things. Sometimes you ignore or focus on other things. All right? Good. We'll see you in a little bit for the next couple questions. See you then.